DJI, the people who make things like this and gimbals and that, are making one of these. What? Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the vlog. My name is Vic Barry. I work as a creative video director and editor, and on this YouTube channel we talk all things tech, gear, cameras, making better content, and we throw in the occasional adventure and observation and inspiration as well. This is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Amazing camera, insane steady shot in it. It's crazy. The hyper smoothness is amazing, but this little camera is now going to be possibly going up against the DJI Osmo Action. So before we kind of talk about this briefly, and I'd love to hear your guys' comments on what you think. DJI are making an action camera, because the Osmo Pocket, which I'm shooting this on, was kind of pointed at, oh, it's an action camera, it'll be fine. It doesn't work as an action camera at all. DJI are making this thing called the Osmo Action. This is what's rumored. There's loads of pictures have been leaked. The specs: it's going to do 4K 60. It's going to do 8x slow motion. We're not sure if it's going to do 4K 120. If it does, wow, that would be insane. Now, it's using a H2 processor, an image processor by a company called Ambarella. And Ambarella, basically, they can do 4K AVC 120, which makes me think that's the processor that they're putting in this rumored Osmo Pocket Action. DJI have the stabilization technology, as it were. I mean, if you look at their gimbals, if you look at their drones, even the Osmo stabilization is insane. If they can get decent stabilization into this Osmo Action, they can do 4K 120. And this H2 processor is a power efficient processor, which basically means it's not going to be that battery hungry. I'm thinking we could have a GoPro killer. Really? A GoPro killer? Man, I love the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Apparently this Osmo Action, if this is what it's going to be called, it also could be called the Osmo Sport. This could really demolish the GoPro if they get a lot of things right. It's apparently waterproof. 4K 60 is a given, but why would you change from GoPro to an Osmo Action? I think it's a very aggressive move on DJI's behalf, because if you look at DJI, people will go drones, gimbals, and the Osmo family to a lesser degree. But when it comes to action cameras, really, it has always been GoPro. I mean, people will define a genre by GoPros. It's like, oh, that's a GoPro video. Like, action camera came after GoPro. So GoPro really defined the niche, the genre, whatever you want to call it. And it's really an aggressive move on DJI's behalf to go after that particular market, because the Osmo Pocket is completely lacking. It's too delicate. It's not able for the rough and tumble. What can be the kind of the kicker? What can be the deciding factor in the technology that makes you go, I'm not going to buy a GoPro, I am going to buy an Osmo Action, Osmo Sport, Osmo Go, whatever it's going to be called. So I think that it's got to be 4K 120, which is insane. Keep in mind this Ambarella processor that's in it, this H2 image processor, is 2 years old. It's even longer. So if you Google that, it's going to show up from 2016. The only reason I would buy this if I could get 4K 120. I don't think they can do it, because I don't think the technology or the battery tech or the processor tech isn't there, even though it's 4K AVC, which is different from 4K UHD from the resolutions perspective. I would love to see it. But if you look at this processor, which was in one of the Yi 4K Plus cameras back along, that could not do 4K 120. One happening. The thing is that I've seen, and even if you look at slow motion in the Osmo Pocket, it's really cropped. That said, the GoPro can kind of do 2.7K 120 with no crop. The other thing that you're going to take a look at with the Osmo Action versus the GoPro Hero 7 Black is the field of view. Field of view, we're looking at 170 degrees versus 145, 140 degrees. That's what's the rumor specs. So it's not going to be as wide, but I think you've got to admire DJI for having a go at this market. Whether this thing is going to flop and tumble, I'm not really sure. But I'm just kind of bewildered that the fact on the 15th of May, they're going to put this out and they're kind of, unleash your other side. What could be your other side? Because it's an underwater scene, which it's either one of two things. It's an underwater drone, which it's not, or it's waterproof. which it probably is if it's an action camera. And all the leaks that are out there, unless they're all these super Photoshop fakes, nah. It's an action camera. It's got to be an action camera. I don't know. I'm just kind of waxing lyrical here to you guys. Let me know what you think. An Osmo Action. Do I need that? No. Do I want that? Not yet. We'll see on the next episode of the vlog. There's a subscribe button. If you found this video useful, I would love if you would subscribe. And speaking, if you want to continue to support the channel, you can do that at patreon.com/VicBarry. It all goes back into the channel. My name is Vic. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, don't stop fighting for yourself. Welcome to the squeaky chair. But before any of that other stuff, and video director and tech and how to make better.